Hi Cancer, thanks for watching. This is a spiritual horoscope, so please take what resonates and release the rest. We'll get started. Actually, this time I'm switching things up. We'll start with some bind runes. So this is a mix of multiple runes together that creates a new meaning. So that will be the overall theme. And then we'll clarify with some regular runes and some cards. So let's jump in. What does Cancer need to know? What's the overall theme? So you have the courage one. So let's take a look here. What do you need to be courageous about? It's almost like you need to take a leap of faith right now, and that's the courage that's trying to manifest itself. Like you're very uncertain about a situation, and you need to trust that things are coming in the way it's meant to. Holy moly, you've got a ton of cards, or not cards, you've got a ton of runes. So you've got Fehu, which represents abundance. So it's almost like, the way I want to explain this, there was something unexpected happen, and this is where you're feeling kind of like off kilter, off balance, and you're not sure where to go in terms of what decision you want to take, what direction you want to go. And you've got Birkenau. So this is where, once you take that leap of faith, trust the universe has your back, things will work themselves out. This is where the growth happens with Birkenau, in terms of you're trusting, so then you're letting new energy in. Because it's almost like you try to think too far ahead, plan too far ahead, and this is where some stress can come in because of it. You're trying to plan for every possible scenario, and then it almost leads to inaction because of it, because it's almost like you're paralyzed. But this is where trusting the universe that they have your back, that perspective changes because you're taking that leap of faith. You're trusting, you have the courage that, hey, everything will be okay in the end. And this is what Birkenau is showing us here. And you have Ansus. So this is about trusting the universe, looking for signs that you're on the right track. And if you open yourself up to it, if you ask them, they will show you that you're on the right track. They will show little signs in your day-to-day that they're there with you and they want to connect and make sure that you're okay. But it's the trusting part. And you've got Hagalaz. So this is where we talked about the inaction part, because you're thinking so far ahead, and Hagalaz represents a disruption. And so this is where you're disrupting your own flow of life and energy to come in, because you're trying to think so far ahead. So I'm not saying like planning is a bad thing. It's just trusting the universe. It's good to plan, but don't paralyze yourself when you're trying to come up with all these different situations and plan for it. Going with the flow is very important as well. And you've got Othala. So this is where investing and into yourself in terms of trusting the universe, going with the flow, that new perspective comes in, and it's almost that you find that there's a lot less stress on your shoulders because of it, because you trust, and that in itself will eliminate a lot of stress and anxiety in your life as a result of that. So let's go to some cards now. Okay, what's this one? The acceptance. So accept that there is things you can't plan for. Accept that the universe has your back. Things will come together when it's the right time, and you can't force a situation. You can't plan too far ahead and think of every possible scenario. Like there's they're telling me, like in the Avengers movie, I forget which one, but there's Doctor Strange that looks at all these millions of different scenarios and then picks the best one. So this is where you're not Doctor Strange. You can't think of every possible outcome, every possible scenario, but going with the flow will start changing that and eliminate, I feel like, a lot of stress from your life. And it seems like you'll be happy and smile and laugh a lot more once you start doing that. What else can we clarify? So the Queen of the Moon. So you'll feel like you've got like the world in your hands, like you've got everything figured out. Once you start changing that perspective, having confidence in yourself, but also in the universe that they've got your back. And you've got protection. So this is where, when you're feeling uncertain, is trusting the universe, opening yourself up to the signs that they're trying to give you, that you're on the right track. And it's also taking that break when it seems like you're overwhelmed. Take that time out for yourself and just chill, because it seems like you're always go trying to get things done, and you're wearing yourself out slowly by doing that. And this is where taking that time out is important. And it's almost like I'm really being drawn to this bird right now. You need to reconnect with yourself, and this can be done different ways for different people, but it seems like you need to go for a walk, take time, smell the roses, and just be. Instead of trying to plan it and all these things, just be for a moment. And this is where it seems like the more you do that, things will fall into its place. You will have everything here, but trust. And what I want to say too with the bird is, like, if you see a blue jay, to me that's a sign of good news coming. But if you look at the signs from the universe, it could be a bird coming in to give you some sort of message or sign that you're on the right track, but just be open to it. And you've got extremes. So this is where it's like you've planned so far ahead, you're doing all these things, and then the other extreme is just be, which is not something that it seems like you're used to doing. But this is where finding that balance in terms of planning is good, to have an overall plan on what you want to do, where you want to go, but then also going with the flow to get there, right? It's almost like they're saying you can't have timelines. Okay, you have an objective, which is fantastic, but don't commit yourself to, oh, it needs to be done in 2 days kind of thing. This is where going with the flow. Expect and work towards getting this objective complete, but also going with the flow. And if it's not done in 2 days, then maybe it takes 3 days or 4 days, but just trust that you'll get it done at some point. All right, this is what I have for you at this time. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.